A philosophy professor once stood up before his class with a large empty jar. He then filled the jar to the top with large rocks and asked his students if the jar was full. His students all agreed that the jar was full. He then added small pebbles to the jar and gave the jar a little bit of a shake so that the pebbles could disperse themselves among the larger rocks. Then he again asked if the jar was full now. The students again agreed that the jar was full. The students agreed that the jar was still full. The professor then poured some sand into the jar to fill up all the remaining empty space. He then again asked his students if the jar is full now. The students then again agreed that the jar was full. In this story, the jar represents your life and the rocks, pebbles and sand are the things that fill up your life. The rocks represent the most important projects and things you have going on, such as spending time with your family and maintaining proper health and some other things like that. This means that if the pebbles and the sand were lost, the jar would still be full and your life would still have a meaning. The pebbles represent the thing in your life that matter, but you could live without. The pebbles are certainly things that give your life meaning, such as your job, your house, your hobbies, and your friendships. But they are not critical for you to have a meaningful life. These things often come and go, and they are not permanent or essential to your overall well-being. Finally, the sand represents the remaining filler things in your life and material possessions. This could be small things such as watching television, browsing through your favorite sites, or running errands. These things don't mean much to your life as a whole, and they're likely to do when you have free time, or you do these things to get some small task accomplished. The lesson. The metaphor here is that if you start with putting sand into the jar, you will not have room for rocks or pebbles. This holds true with the things you let into your life. If you spend all of your time on small and insignificant things, you will run out of room for the things that are actually important. Don't fill up your life with small and unnecessary things that are not even important. In fact, focus on the things that are actually important to you and balance up things in your life. Give equivalent room to all the things that you are doing. And in order to have a more efficient and effective life, pay attention to the rocks because they are critical to your long-term well-being. Stay happy.